everybody. I'm James Smith, and welcome to a very special edition of In This Corner. Iron Mike Tyson. Just the name alone can send chills down your spine. The man who at age 20 became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history and then went on to perhaps become the most artistically brutal fighter the sport has ever seen. Combine those accomplishments with his well-chronicled checkered lifestyle outside the ring, and what you have is one of the most famous and infamous figures in sports history. In This Corner spent the day with Mike at his training headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona. Tyson has a tremendous appreciation and knowledge when it comes to the history of boxing and simply loves to talk about the sweet science. You'll get to see and hear Mike talk about his greatest love these days, his children. We'll also discuss Tyson's current goal of recapturing the heavyweight championship one more time as we hear from two members of Team Tyson, trainer and former world champion Jeff Finnick, and assistant trainer and longtime friend Tom Patty, who discuss Mike's chances of winning another title. And just when you thought it was safe to go into the water, I get myself into some deep water as In This Corner steps inside the ring with Iron Mike Tyson for a demonstration on devastation. Tyson has never before granted an in-ring demonstration, so if you think you have read and seen everything about Mike Tyson, sit back and enjoy a side of this enigmatic prize fighter and man you have yet to see. It's Iron Mike Tyson coming up on In This Corner.
You know his name. You know his power.
Big right hand by Mike Tyson.
But what you don't know is what'll happen next.
It's going to be a train wreck.
Mike Tyson versus 6'6" giant Kevin McBride. Saturday, June 11th, live on pay-per-view. With Mike Tyson, anything is possible.
Get your free ringtone now.
First off, Mike, welcome to In This Corner.
How you doing, Smith?
Great to
Always
have you
nice
on.
seeing
Great to see you again.
Always nice seeing you.
And I want to make this clear because for so many years, when you had the 3 rough years, I was behind you all the way and supported you on a weekly basis on my show, and it's great that you're in this position now.
I was aware of that, and I'm truly appreciative. Thank you so much, my friend.
Well, trust me, you have given us all a lot of thrills there. You know, when you, back in the day, and it's still that day because you're coming up on pay-per-view, it was like you didn't even have to care who Mike Tyson was fighting. It's what's happening this weekend. Oh, there's a Tyson fight. There's a Tyson fight. You know, I mean, Tyson's fighting. It didn't matter who. It didn't matter how long it went. It was an event.
I have nobody to thank for that but Customato.
Why so?
Because he explained that this was going to happen to me way in
He
advance.
forecasted this success?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I have nobody to thank for him but that.
How often do you think about Customato?
Very, very, very often. I go see his grave every January 17th. That's his birthday. Go up to Catskill and see him. I'm truly appreciative. I'm just, oh God, I wish he would have saw my boys. I wanted to see my boys. Mm-hmm. Oh, Smith, if you would have saw my boys. Oh God. Oh God.
Well, you've
oh man, if he would have saw my boys. See how my boys are strong, and he would have been so happy to see my boys.
Well, maybe he is seeing them.
No, I want him to physically touch my boys and kill my boys and say, come on, you're going to be a fighter. Grab him to the gym. First thing he said, no, that's fight. Let's go to the gym.
Yeah. We were just chatting a little bit about our children, and it brings joy to your eyes. Tell me a little bit about your children.
Well, I have 6 children. Gina's the oldest at 16. There's Mikkel that's 15. And then we have Raina and Amir. And then we have my youngest boy who's 3 years old. His name is Miguel. And then I have my little daughter who's 4 months. Her name is Exodus.
There's something about fighters and children. I remember when I first met Muhammad Ali, I was just about 11 years old, and as soon as he saw me with that little jacket I had on that said Muhammad Cassius Clay Ali, he was drawn to me. It just seems like there's something about fighters. Maybe it's because what goes on in the ring and what you have to do in the ring.
I don't know, Smitty, no, it's so actually, in my situation, I can only talk about my own scenarios. I just can't believe I'm the person that people think I am. I can't believe that I'm a worldwide figure. I go places. I'm still totally, slightly in denial. You know what I mean? I like some of the perks where I never have to necessarily wait in line all the time. Or it's not difficult to get a date. But it's just really, to this day, it's still kind of interesting and amusing that I'm so well known.
What do you like most about boxing, Mike?
You know, as you know, Spitty, it's in the blood. You know, necessarily as a fighter and as a fan as well. It's just in the blood. And I love fighters. I'm a fan. Can you imagine this, Smitty? You love fighting. You love fighters, great fighters. Imagine this. No one's ever been in my position, I don't think, in my life. I'm a guy that's a fight fan, that love fighters all to death. Imagine running around chasing fighters all your life with pens and pads like these guys do out here for me.
Right.
I was one of those guys, chasing guys all my life, and I become that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody had a life like me, Smitty. Nobody, no fighter. Imagine being that guy chasing, being a fan, being just a junkie fan, like a needle fan, with a fix to see a fight, see a fighter, and you become that guy that you've been chasing around all the time.
So many people have talked about about the Buster Douglas loss. Did that do anything personally to you that changed your psyche going in and out of the ring?
Not at all, not at all.
I didn't think it did.
Not at all, because I came back eventually. No, I went to prison, but I came back eventually and won the title again.
Right.
But no, that was a great experience. I was so proud of myself in that fight. That was my best fight ever. I always say that was my favorite fight.
Because?
Because I didn't know how many punches I took, and I wanted to fight, and I saw myself picking up that mouthpiece, and I was so proud.
Amazing.
I was proud of myself. I didn't know where I was. I'm just checking for my mouthpiece, and it made me think I was like one of my old heroes. They wanted to be carried out in the ring.
The point is that out of frustration, people do things. And so you can't be so quickly to judge to realize that, shoot, when you was a kid, first thing somebody got the best of you, you bite the daylights out of them. So it wasn't as graphic as it had, but when you bite somebody, you bite somebody. But when a person have already fought you and you have proven that you are better, and he taking a chance because everybody else telling him, you know what, shoot, you just didn't take advantage seriously, you know, but you trained this, you'll really get it. And he believed that. Then all of a sudden, what happened? After one round, he get to saying, well, you know what, the same thing is happening. After the second round, he get to saying, well, you know, oh, shoot, man, I'm getting ready to get hurt. I'm not going to take this beating for 11 rounds. So we end up, he bit me on the end, and he was hoping that got him out of there. But they gave another opportunity, and he seen that things weren't working his way. I don't did it one time. You gonna make me do it again? And he did it again. Nothing even really to talk about no more than, you know, I forgave him, and I understand what happened when some people can't handle pressure as well as others.
Our first show was with Evander Holyfield, and it's amazing. Everybody talks about the ear incident, but Holyfield has a tremendous respect for you, and I would imagine you have the same thing for him.
Absolutely. I have no hard feelings for him. I just sometimes I feel a little uncomfortable sometimes because I'm so embarrassed for what I've done to him. I bit his ear sometimes, but
he told us he bit somebody.
I know, but I shouldn't have done that to him.
Right.
He's a good guy, and he's just really a good man, and I shouldn't have done that to him.
You know what's amazing though? I still get the feeling, and I've said this enough time on record that I can say it in front of you. I just get the feeling though that had you fought him prior to the years of incarceration, I actually believe it wouldn't have even been a close fight.
Well, listen, I always said that too. I said, you know, you and Lennox, the only reason y'all guys had careers because I went to prison.
Right.
You know?
Do you feel that robbed you of the best years that we could have seen?
I would say so, yeah, but what can you do? What can you do? You can't cry with spilled milk.
He tells me he wants to have 4 or 5 fights, you know, consecutively, just like back in an era when Mike was fighting on a busy schedule. And if we accomplish that, then, you know, objects of motion stay in motion. There's nobody right now that claims a stake to the heavyweight championship that I find is exceptional that Mike would not have a serious run at.
You know his name.
We're in Phoenix, Arizona at the Central Boxing Club with Tom Patty, who's been with Mike Tyson for a long, long time in many capacities. First off, Tom, welcome to In This Corner.
I'm glad to be here with you. Good to see you, Smitty.
Tell us a little bit about how your relationship with Mike began.
Well, Mike and I began as fighters together, and I think our relationship grew out of mutual respect. We both fought with tenacity and a lot of hard work and dedication. And you know, in the end, several years later, Mike and I were Cus's last 2 fighters. A lot of guys came and went throughout that time, but Mike and I were the 2 that had stuck with it the hardest and the longest.
What do you remember most about Cus D'Amato?
Oh, Cus was a true mentor in every phase. Cus used boxing as the metaphor to develop the fighter's character in and out of the ring, and to prepare their fighters for life, period. Not all fighters were going to become champions, but if you applied the same principles and the same work ethic, you can become successful no matter what you choose to do, in or out of the ring.
So it must have the same kind of lasting, or Cus must have had the same kind of lasting impact on you that he does on Tyson, I guess.
Oh, Cus was truly one of my true mentors of life, and between he and my parents, what a phenomenal influence to be under.
How have you seen Mike mature through the years? There's been the tremendous beginning of his career. I mean, when he was fighting 15 times in 1985 and wins the undisputed championship in, I think, in 87, and then of course things spiraled out of control for a while. Tell us about being a part of his life all during that.
You know, I've had a front row seat throughout Mike's life. I've been there when he's had his first interviews to his most recent today with you, which is a pleasure. I'm exceptionally proud of Mike for as well as handling his life as well as he has. Obviously things have happened, things have gone bad at times, but he's had the character to come back and to pick up the pieces and to move on and try to become better as a person and better in life. And that's the lessons. Boxing is not Mike's salvation. Boxing is a transition through Mike's life. And I'm proud of all that Mike's doing in this stage and phase of his life, in spite of all the people that have done things to hurt him and take advantage of his celebrity.
Tom, what is the most misunderstood thing about Mike Tyson by the general public and even the boxing public?
How human he is, how giving, how exceptionally generous he is. People see Mike usually around a fight time, geared up, pressure, anxiety builds, but they don't understand the human being outside of that and all that he does and the capacity of his generosity and his heart. It's inspirational to me, actually.
Is there any part of this that you enjoy more now, the training aspect of it?
I like being in shape now.
Yeah.
Conscious of being in shape. That I wasn't when I was younger. After fight, they said gained put on 80 pounds, 60 pounds.
Right.
I do it. I'm happy over it. Change. So you was 20. More consistent.
What are you weighing now?
230, 28.
Look great. Jeff, tell us about your relationship with Mike Tyson. When did it begin?
Back in the late 80s, I met Mike, and something just clicked. He showed me a lot of respect, and I think it was the same, vice versa. And then I think you don't just get respect for nothing, you earn it. And we're both pretty proud of each other. We're both pretty close friends. And I've been around Mike for a long time now, travelled the world with him, England, Scotland, London, and everywhere else, America. And I feel pretty honoured for Mike to call me a friend.
And now to call you his trainer, how did that come to fruition?
Yeah, like I said, I'm his trainer at the moment, but I'm here more as a friend that thinks I know what he needs at this time and at this stage of his career to get him to that back to that next level. And I'm just proud that he's given me the opportunity. I've wanted it for a long time, but I think not Mike, but maybe Mike as well, and the people around him have doubted that I had the capabilities or maybe the qualities to do what I had to do with Mike. But I think this time, in the short period of time that I've been here, Mike realises that I should have been here a long time ago.
You guys still believe most by the old school methods, though?
I like to run, yeah. Cus D'Amato didn't believe in running. He didn't think running was no big.
Really?
He liked to train fighting, boxing every day.
Well, hell, he had you fighting 15. you couldn't get out of shape. Can he, with the state of the heavyweight division today, the Chris Birds, Vitaly Klitschko's, Lamont Brewster's, John Ruiz's, James Toney, can he once again win a heavyweight championship title?
I have no doubt that old Mike Tyson can beat anybody, any of those guys. That's why I'm here. I'm just trying to get Mike to believe in himself and find that old Mike Tyson. I don't want to change him. We can't change Mike. You can't teach old dog new tricks. But what I want to do is I want Mike to enjoy boxing again and to realise he's blessed. He has another great opportunity to be the heavyweight champion of the world again. And if I can get him believing that and keep him in the gym long enough, I'm sure that one day it'll just click and he can do it again. But look, like I said, but it's not up to me. It's not up to Jeff Fennick. It's up to Mike Tyson. If Mike wants to win the title again, I'm here to help him. But it's totally, definitely up to Mike Tyson.
Tell us about the 2005 version of Team Tyson. We spoke to Jeff Fennick, who's training him. I know you're working as a trainer too, and you're part of this camp. What has to be done to take Mike Tyson, 38 years old, 2005, to win a World Heavyweight Championship?
Well, ultimately it all rests on Mike's shoulder. By surrounding himself with good people as he has now, Jeff's a true inspiration, not only as a fighter and a champion, but also as a person. Mike's motivated, and I think just by being in such good company, he finds himself moving in a positive direction, and that's exciting to see. You know, having been there from the Cuss era through all sorts of other stages of other trainers and other training camps, I can see how inspired Mike is and how grounded he is and focused with an intent and purpose, and you know, with some hard work and some dedication, a little tenacity, I think he can go as far as he wants.
Well, the mental side controls everything that any of us do. We all got the same size heart, believe it or not. But it's the message that we get from upstairs. It's first from the head, then from the heart. If I can get that head working well and getting Mike believing, getting that confidence back and getting to enjoy what he's doing here, Mike will be the heavyweight champion of the world again. But you know, that's a big thing to ask. Can Mike commit himself to do that? I believe he can. I believe that he does want to be the heavyweight champion of the world again. And I believe that without doubt he still has the skills, he has the power, he has the speed. He's still the fastest heavyweight out there, without any doubt.
Did you have a favorite combination during your career? And still during your career, is there a favorite combination?
Yeah, the right hand, boom, boom, left to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Right hand, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I took that well.
You know his name. You know his power.
Big right hand by Mike Tyson.
But what you don't know is what'll happen next.
It's gonna be a train wreck.
Mike Tyson versus 6'6" giant Kevin McBride. Saturday, June 11th, live on pay-per-view. With Mike Tyson, anything is possible.
44 knockouts in his 50 wins, 36 of those coming in 3 rounds or less. Iron Mike Tyson is one of the most devastating punchers the sport has ever seen. Where does all that power come from? Well, unfortunately for me, Mike showed me when we stepped inside the squared circle. Show me how you set up your offense against any fighter, because you're an offensive fighter. What are you looking to do?
I'm used to have the guy throw punches. They have my hands. I'm having to throw punches so I can counter. Like when you move, I can move uppercut with him. I'll throw right hand. But that's the whole thing. You can't do nothing. The guy's both standing. You have to make something happen. It's wait for him to do something so you can counter the punch.
One of the things you've done great during your career is cut off the ring. Now, give me an example of cutting off the ring. And
normally, the fighter going this way. You got to step this way. Boom. Boom.
And then how do you punch off of that?
Huh?
And how do you set up your offense?
Normally, I'm jabbing.
Right.
I'm jabbing. When you're jabbing, the guy goes boom, boom, and he runs into the punch.
Took that pretty good, didn't it? One of the things you've done so effectively during your career wasn't one punch at a time with Mike Tyson. It's punches in bunches. Did you have a favorite combination during your career? And still during your career, is there a favorite combination?
Yeah, the right hand, boom, boom, left to the head. Right hand, boom, boom. Yeah.
I took that well.
Right.
We're talking about punching power. Do you believe, like I do, Mike, that it's a God-given talent?
Yeah, I do. Cuss always told me that as well.
He did. That punchers are born, not created.
Yeah, because the punches have so many diverse looks. You look at a guy that's just 100 pounds and he could kill you. And you look at a guy that's 250 pounds and he can't hurt you a little.
Right.
Look at a guy like Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns at 160 pounds to knock out a heavyweight. He has punched tremendous.
Yeah.
There's never been a man his weight that punches as hard as Tommy Hearns.
With Tommy, it was about leverage, I think.
Oh, it's about dynamite.
You know, one of my favorite combinations that you drew was that the right to the body and straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there ringside when you did that against Bruno, so I'd like you to show us, because that was one of your great combinations, that hook to the body and then straight up. So I'm on the ropes.
Yeah, and I have to be on this side, but where I can't get hit. Because if I'm right in the center and I try, I can get counted. So you can count me with this hand.
Right.
If I'm doing like this, I'm open like this. So I try to get this way, Rocky. Bring it here and bring it up. Boom. Maybe boom, 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 boom.
Where you going, Smitty? I'm going nowhere. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to go like 10 seconds of real action with Mike Tyson. 10 seconds. Since I'm going to stand over here.
All right.
And somebody ring the bell. Do we ring the bell? Come out. And I move. And I get the hell out of
You know his name.
Tyson. In fact, this show is just an appetizer for a very special future episode of In This Corner where you'll see Iron Mike Tyson like you've never seen him before.
Every day I'm becoming more and more in tune with spirituality, not necessarily from an Islamic perspective, but from a whole human perspective. You know what I mean? To respect everyone else's religion and to know that they deserve respect just like you deserve that you want respect for your religion. There's no fighter on this planet that was a bigger fan than me that loved fighters as much as I love fighters and that became one of the most celebrated fighters in history. They have no idea how I feel about this. It's almost like I'm living a dream. I don't even think I'm a real person. Say the things people wanted an animal, so I gave people what they wanted. I'm an entertainer. I'm almost like an actor or a dancer. You give the people what they want and then they give you what you want, admiration.
In This Corner looks forward to bringing you, the boxing fan, closer to Mike Tyson than you've ever been before. And don't forget, coming up Saturday, June 11th, it's Mike Tyson versus Kevin McBride on Showtime pay-per-view. In This Corner wants to thank Iron Mike Tyson. Do you believe, like I do, that power is God-given? I mean, you can learn how to punch harder, but do you believe that it's... You like me? I'm going to kill this. We get that?
Yeah. That'll be on the highlight reel right
I look good in these too, don't I?
You're sick. You're sick.
Damn, my wife's not going to curse all day too. I made a promise.